Alrighty, this is 3-8B of geometry. So we're going to talk about perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines look like this. They form the right angle, remember. So if two lines are perpendicular, then the product of their slopes is -1. Another way to think of this, the way that I've remembered it best, is that their slopes are opposite reciprocals. Remember, the reciprocal of a fraction is when I flip it. So if I had 2/3, I flip it and it's 3/2. And if the first one was positive, then I make the second one negative. If the first one was negative, I flip it and I make it positive. Because, and if you want to see those products multiplying, -3/4 times 4/3 will give me a -12/12, which is just -1. Any horizontal line and a vertical line will be perpendicular. Okay, so same as how we checked for if lines were parallel, I'm going to find their slopes. This time their slopes aren't going to match up. They're going to be opposite reciprocals, or in other words, they're going to multiply to -1. So let's just do our got it problem down here. Again, if you need your equation, remember it's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So L3, I'm going to label my points here, x1, y1, x2, y2. So -1 minus 7 over 3 minus 2 gives me a -8 over 1, which is just -8. And then I'll find the slope of L4. Let me label these points, x1, y1, x2, y2. So I get 7 minus 6 over 8 minus -2. 7 minus 6 is 1. 8 minus -2 is the same thing as 8 plus 2, which is 1 over 10. So they're not anywhere near close. If I had gotten this slope, it had worked out to be 1 over 8, then they would be perpendicular because I have -8 over 1 and 1 over 8. That is the reciprocal, flipping it and changing the sign. But I got 1/10, which isn't anywhere near it, so no, they are not perpendicular. Okay, same as what we did with parallel lines, I can write the equation of a perpendicular line. I need to take the slope from the original line. So in this equation here, my slope is 1/5. My new slope then, I'm going to flip the fraction, so 5 over 1. It was positive, so now I'm going to make it negative. So my new slope is -5. And then I have my point. Remember, here's my general form. X1, y1. So then I'm going to plug in y minus -4 equals -5 times x minus 15. I'll make it look nicer by changing that to be a plus sign. Y plus 4 equals -5 times x minus 15. Alrighty, let's try that again down here. Here's my equation. My slope currently is -3. So my new slope, my new m, I need to flip it. So this is 3 over 1, right? I can divide by 1 and it won't change. My negative sign's there. So this becomes 1 over 3 and it turns positive. Because it was negative, now it's positive. So here's my point, x1, y1. Again, here's my general form. Y minus 7 equals 1/3 times x minus a negative 3, which if I make it look nicer and change it to a plus sign, there we go. Okay, here is just a story problem. So same things we've been doing, but now it's just with a supposedly real world situation. The baseball field below is on a coordinate grid with home plate at the origin. So we're only looking at the positive coordinate or quadrant 1. A batter hits a ground ball along the line shown. The player at 110.70, this guy, runs along a path perpendicular to the path of the baseball. What is an equation of the line on which the player runs? Basically, I'm going to use this point they give me, and I need to figure out perpendicular to this line. So, I can figure out this slope by either counting it or by taking those 2 points. So this is a point 0, 0. Well, they took 2 different points, but we're going to take these points. And 60, 20. So if I find my slope there, I'll make this one my x1, y1, x2, y2. So 20 minus 0 over 60 minus 0 gives me 20 over 60. Could cancel off those zeros. So this is 2 over 6. And if I divide the top and the bottom by 2, I get 1/3. So the current slope is 1/3. So to find, so my current m is 1/3. The new slope then, new m, I need to flip it, 3 over 1, and I need to make it negative because it was positive. So this is negative 3. Okay, I'm going to bring this up to the top here because I'm going to go through the point 110.70. So that's my x1, y1. I just found that my slope is negative 3. And I'm going to use my formula to plug into. So y minus 70 is equal to negative 3 times x minus 110. And there would be my equation. And there's your homework.